Tornado recovery efforts continue in Daviess County. More on where things stand there. Plus, the Du Bois County Emerging Leaders are preparing for their next event. And host Bill Potter is at the Du Bois County 4-H Fair for tonight's edition of Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin with the ongoing investigation into the late June death of a Ferdinand man in Detroit. Crime Stoppers of Michigan is now offering a $2,500 cash reward for any information that leads to an arrest or arrests in connection with the murder of 30-year-old Mike Beglin. The group has also profiled Beglin's case on its Facebook page. Detroit police are hoping that evidence being processed at the state crime lab will lead to identifying a suspect or multiple suspects in this case. Anyone with information is asked to call 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Callers will be able to remain anonymous. You also can go online to 1-800-SPEAKUP.org. Now, Beglin's body was found in the burned shell of his semi at 2:30 the morning of June 26th on Detroit's west side. He was delivering aluminum coils to a ThyssenKrupp steel plant in the area and had parked at an abandoned sports complex nearby. Police found several spent shell casings at the scene. An investigation into an alleged sexual misconduct with a minor incident led to the arrest of a Huntingburg man on a felony charge. Last month, a parent of a 14-year-old girl contacted Huntingburg police about a September 2013 incident involving their daughter and 22-year-old Dylan Johnson. Huntingburg Police Detective Sergeant Christian Gogol then launched the sexual misconduct investigation after getting the report. Police brought Johnson in for questioning at around 9:30 yesterday morning. Johnson was then taken into custody at about 11 o'clock yesterday and was lodged in the Du Bois County Security Center. He is currently being held without bond on a Class B felony for sexual misconduct with a minor. The Du Bois County Department of Child and Family Services assisted Huntingburg Police with this investigation. A traffic stop along the State Road 162 bypass in Jasper led to the arrest of a Du Bois man on drug possession charges. At 12:30 this morning, Jasper police stopped a vehicle driven by 24-year-old Anthony Wilkins for a driving while suspended infraction. Police then asked to search the vehicle. After getting consent to do so, they found a prescription for tramadol in the vehicle. Police say that prescription was for another person who wasn't in the vehicle at the time. Police say a passenger in the vehicle, 26-year-old Richard Looney, admitted that he had stolen the prescription out of a co-worker's vehicle at Monster Recycling. Looney was then arrested and lodged in the Du Bois County Security Center. He is facing possession of a legend drug and theft charges. Recovery efforts continue for some folks in Washington hit hard by severe weather last fall. City officials say some private homes in an area around Sycamore Street that sustained heavy damage from the November tornado did not have insurance and are still lined up to be repaired. The Daviess County Long-Term Recovery Committee has now targeted those homes and is getting set to do repairs on them. Long-Term Recovery Coordinator Sherry Davis says the work is all being done by volunteers. She says that has resulted in the group working on a schedule based on the volunteers' availability rather than on the group's own schedule. Davis says the next project might be a bit more difficult than others. She says roof work will have to be done, and some of those volunteers don't have any roofing experience. County officials have reached out to those in the Amish community in their effort to find people to help with the roofing. Davis is hopeful that the county and the Amish can get something worked out so that the project can resume sometime in the near future. Pre-sale tickets are now available for this year's Little Miss and Mr., Junior Miss, and Miss Strassenfest pageants. The tickets are available through July 25th. They will be $5 each and can be purchased Monday through Friday at the Jasper Chamber of Commerce's office along West 6th Street. The best time to buy your tickets is between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. and also from 2 to 4 p.m. Separate tickets will be needed for the afternoon and evening sessions. A limited number of tickets are available for each session and they will be sold first come, first serve. Tickets may or may not be available at the door this year, depending on the success of the pre-sale. This year's Strassenfest pageants are set to be held on Saturday, July 26th at the Jasper Middle School Auditorium. The Little Miss and Little Mr. pageants get underway at 3 o'clock that afternoon, and the Junior Miss and Miss Strassenfest pageants will begin at 7 o'clock that Saturday evening. The Du Bois County Emerging Leaders are set to hold an event coming up early next month. The group will be meeting at the Tri-County YMCA in Ferdinand on Thursday, August 7th at 6 p.m. The evening will include networking opportunities along with a tour of the YMCA. Masterbrand Cabinet's President Dave Randich will be the guest speaker. He will be sharing his thoughts on philanthropy. Nicole Hurley is the Communications Director for the Du Bois County Community Foundation. She says having guest speakers such as Randich sets a good example for the group.
A lot of the group is looking for, those members or those people in the community that have kind of walked the walk and not just talked it. And so I think that a lot of us are inspired by the great things that so many people in the community have done. And David Randich and Masterbrand Cabinets is a perfect example of really partnering to give back to the community.
Light refreshments will be served as part of this event. All young adults interested in giving are encouraged to attend. Emerging Leaders was originally established back in 2012. The group serves as a way for young adults to put their funds together in order to strengthen communities all across Du Bois County for the future. Josh Gunselman is on the Emerging Leaders Steering Committee. He says the group is continuing to look for ways to grow. He also says the group can play a role in attracting younger people to Du Bois County.
At some of our recent meetings, we've had individuals who just came because they'd heard about it, had no connections to the area other than just being moved or relocated here locally, and that's one of the ways that they've actually looked to meet other people or to make community connections, and that was through the Emerging Leaders.
Now, members of the group commit to giving as little as $120 per individual or $180 per couple each year. Group members then vote on who will receive the group's grant money at the end of the year. For more information, you can go online to elgiving.org or you can call the Community Foundation. That number is 482-5295. Two area attractions have been recognized as among the best in their respective areas. TripAdvisor.com has once again honored Splash and Safari as one of the top water parks in America. The site ranked the park number 4 in the country on their list. They were also rated as number 13 in the world. TripAdvisor's review specifically pointed to the park's excellent value for visitors. The park offers free soft drinks, sunscreen, parking, and use of inner tubes and Wi-Fi. In a news release, Park President Matt Eckert says the park's naming to the list is a huge tribute to the hosts and hostesses who work at the park. He says the votes come from visitors to the park, and those visitors were most impressed both with the rides available and the friendliness of park staff. At 40 acres, Splash and Safari is one of the largest water parks in the world. It's also home to the 2 longest water coasters in the world, Mammoth and Wildebeest. It also hosts dozens of other water attractions, slides, and wave pools. Holiday World and Splash and Safari are currently open daily. Also, the French Lick Casino has been recognized for its national popularity. Yahoo Travel has recognized the casino as one of the top 10 casinos located outside of Las Vegas. French Lick came in at number 3 on that list. The article ranks the casinos based on how many Yahoo searches are generated for each casino. The article points to the French Lick Casino being part of 2 National Historic Landmark designations as reason for its lofty ranking. These are being part of the Hoosier National Forest, as well as its association with the historic French Lick and West Baden Springs hotels. The French Lick Casino originally opened back in 2006. The Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut took top honors on that list. Others on the list included the Trump Taj Mahal in Atlantic City, New Jersey, which came in 2nd, the Thunder Valley Casino of Northern California in 4th, the Harrah's Lake Tahoe Casino in 8th, and the Peppermill Casino in Reno, Nevada, which rounded out that list in 10th. Finally this evening, Indiana University says it has shut down a call center line it opened after discovering a computer data breach that exposed personal information of about 146,000 current and former students. University spokesman Mark Land says IU hasn't received any reports that anyone's identity was stolen due to the exposure. The university announced back in February that information such as names, addresses, and social security numbers of those who attended any of IU's campuses between 2011 and 2014 was unsecured for more than 11 months because security protections did not function correctly. Land says the school's response to the data breach cost about $130,000, including $57,000 for the call center. He says pay and benefits for IU employees who worked on the problem made up much of that remaining cost. All right, coming up after the break, yet another beautiful day here in our viewing area, but a warm-up is on the way. More in your local forecast, sports with Kurt Guxell, and Inform from the Du Bois County 4-H Fair. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.